know it's been a while, guys. What's going on? It's your boy TNT, and we back at it. Hoodie Bros. We're gonna stay consistent this time. Been a little tutorial change or new scenery, shall I say? And who better to have than my guy Josh Holloway from Oak Hill? How you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
So just to let y'all know. I got a new co-host this time, so you're going to be seeing my guy a lot, Coach Kel, a.k.a. TNT Hoops Trainer, and you got to check my guy out. We got a lot of things coming that I got to keep quiet right now, but you'll see a lot of him very soon, so, check out the page, check my guy out, check his training, and, hit him with a DM, see what he got going. So, Josh, let's kick it straight to you, man. Oak Hill, committed. High school career, over with. College career, finna start. Just, give us a brief rundown of the transition from the day that you actually said, hey, I'm finna go to Oak Hill, we finna leave Memphis, we finna make that next step. How was you feeling at that moment?
At that moment, I was excited because I knew the competition level I was going to be playing, the type of atmosphere it's going to be in, like, all across the world where I'm going to be traveling to, like playing AAU, but on the high school circuit. So I was excited, kept preparing myself, working out, just getting better, getting ready for the next level, the big high school level. So, yeah, it was fun.
Okay. So, basically, going to Oak Hill was kind of like a pre-college run.
Yeah.
Because I know when it comes to them Oak Hills, the Mount Vernon Academies, Sunrises, all them type of schools where a lot of the NBA players or top college prospects come from, the practices are different.
Yeah.
The intensity is different.
Yeah.
How much of a difference was St. George practice from Oak Hill practice?
Well, from St. George's and Oak Hill, in practices, no disrespect, but it's more like a lot of talent. So you're playing against the top players from each class, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, top players from each class. So you're going up and down every day, compete with them, and you get the best out of them. They showcase their skills a lot. So practices were just more intense, because you always feel like you got play hard because you come in one day playing lackadaisical or any lazy type of way, you're going to get killed. So you got to bring it every day.
Okay. All right. So now we get to that point. You're dealing with the intensity, the difference in practices. Now, how was that first game actually stepping on the floor and being Josh Holloway at Oak Hill Academy? How was that feeling? And was there any pressure stepping on that court?
I don't feel no pressure. I just play the game, have fun. So when I first stepped out on the court, it was just like another game for me. It was just in another jersey, but I just know I had to compete and just showcase my talents on the court and just be the best version of myself on the court and play well and play hard.
Okay. Now, before we even get deeper, because just getting there was an accomplishment itself. Now let's go back. Go back. We ain't gonna do middle school. We already talked about middle school. Let's talk about your journey at St. George's, and sometimes being criticized for playing private school because they claim there's no competition in private school, but at the same time still held as one of those best point guards in Memphis. So how does it feel being criticized from your competition, but also being praised at the same time as one of the best?
I really don't look at the criticism part of it. I just go out there and play. So from transitioning from public to private, it was just it wasn't really at a basketball standpoint because I already knew my talent and ability. So I feel like I could compete with anybody on any stage or against any player. So it really wasn't, I wasn't looking at the criticism because I know what I'm capable of doing on the court. So yeah, so I wasn't really looking at the criticism part of it. I was just taking the praises that they were giving me and thanking them and just kept playing.
Okay. Usually I ask coaches these questions, and I mean, like I said, the coaches they have a coach's view on certain things, but I never really ask certain players. And with you being such a high skilled player, what's more important to you, school ball or AAU ball?
Um, that's a tough one. I feel like both of them about the same because it's hard to choose because you both playing for something like playing to win. With high school basketball, you playing for a state championship. Obviously, you want to win and get better. And AAU, you're playing to get your name out there. That's the best time where college coaches can come to your game. You see them at the sideline. You can showcase your talent to try to get a Division One, Division Two, Division Three, any type of scholarship offer to go to college. So um, it's really a hard choice to say which one is more better. But if I had to choose, I'll say probably AAU because more colleges are out there. You get to see by more colleges. So
I think you just be wanting to travel. That's what it is.
yeah, that too. That too. It depends. So like, if you like going to a prep school or something like that, you can play AAU. It's about the same. So, but if you're playing like, if you're not playing on a national schedule, if you're playing on a regular school schedule, AAU probably would be more better, more fun.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let me I mean, I'm pretty sure you built some connections with some coaches, and I'm pretty sure you talked to a couple of players. I don't know if you talked to like Penny and all those guys, and high class coaches like Javante and all the other coaches that got good winning records. When it comes to advice, I mean, of course you got your parents. Your parents been there and talked to you about all these games, but when it comes to advice, and you sitting in that room, you're like, man, I need to hit this guy up for some advice. Who are your go-tos?
Go-tos I'll probably say is Coach T.
Okay.
Coach T, NBA. Like I hit him up all the time. We talk basketball all the time. It's probably another is probably my uncle. Some other people besides my parents and stuff. I go to advice, but probably Coach T. We talk the most. He keep up with me the most from the since I've been out of town, gone for school. So yeah, so he give me the most advice.
Okay.
And Javante too.
Okay.
Javante.
Shout out to those guys. Okay. Now, let's scoop back up to Oak Hill.
Okay. Coach Freeman, my middle school coach. I talk to him a lot. We're like this. We talk all the time. So he give me a lot of advice for basketball and just heading to the next level.
Okay. So, kind of flip it around. Have you had any players reach out to you for advice? And I'm not talking the players that's kind of like set in stone, the ones you may probably compete with, like being compared to maybe like Jay Nash and all those other guys, but like players that's not quite up there yet, but they just seek advice from a player they look up to in the city.
Yes, I've had a couple players DM me on Instagram, just asking for advice. If it's like how to jump higher, like what I do to get my bounce or something like that, or what did I do to like when I played AAU? How did I look at the game, seeing all the college coaches around? So I just try to give them the best advice for the younger people, just like in middle school and elementary and first year in high school. So yeah, there's been people that hit me up.
Okay. Is it hard balancing being, I wouldn't say a kid, because I mean, you're practically grown now. Let's just say being a teenager from being an athlete?
Not really. You just got to be yourself. So whoever person you is, like, no matter if you're a teenager or grown, just be yourself. So the balancing, some things like the maturity level, like, some things that you do is like too overboard, like childish or stuff like that. So it's really not a hard balance if you just being yourself and just know when to be serious and when it's time to play.
Okay. So now we back to Oak Hill. We talked about the first game. How fast did you feel your game elevated throughout the whole season?
Since the first week I got there, I feel like my game changed. um, going on to the first game, I started to get better at shooting. My shooting percentages increased higher. Passing, I just got better all around. Got stronger, and IQ started to get more higher. So my game changed a lot, especially from the shooting aspect of it. I remember I was like wasn't that good of a shooter, but I could shoot. Like I was streaky, but I got more consistent on my jump shot. I worked on that the whole summer, and then Oak Hill. So by the time the first game came, I think I made like 4 threes, went like 4 for 5, 4 for 6. So from that point on, I just had a good shooter. So
Okay. So let me ask you this, because I know when I talk to a couple of players, they say they deal with this when they hit college, and I mean, you going there, I'm pretty sure you dealt with it. How does it feel with you being Josh Holloway and you step on that St. George court and you be like, I know I'm gonna touch the ball because my spot's secured. From I'm at Oak Hill and I could lose my spot in any day because everybody just as hungry and the skill gap is not that far.
um, well, I just play my game. Try to when I do play, I try to be the best player out on the floor. Play defense, offense, talk, just whatever I'm good at and what my position is at stake for. I try to do what my position do good, great at my position, so I know where like if coach is willing to start me or play me a lot, I'm good at it. He trusts me to be a leader on the floor, get my team involved, score anything that he want me to do. So that's what I get at.
So you more of a playmaker than a scorer.
Yeah.
Has it changed?
Not necessarily. I feel like I can score the ball at will. So like if my team need a bucket or make the best play possible, I feel like I can do that. So I'm really good at getting downhill. So I feel like nobody can stop me going downhill or get to wherever I want to get. So I still play make, but I give whatever the defense gives me, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Now choosing Sanford, right?
Yeah.
What narrowed you down to that choice, and can you give out the choices that you had, or you know?
It was between Chattanooga, Georgia State, and Sanford. I chose Sanford because got on the phone started talking to the assistant coach. We had a good relationship for a long time. Then got in touch with the head coach, and it just felt real since like the first time we talked. He was telling me how good of a player I was, what impact I could make on the team and stuff like that, me coming in as a freshman and stuff like that. So it just felt like family. And when I took my visit, it felt like I was at home. It treated me with good care. It made me feel like I was a priority to them. So that's what made me choose it.
Okay. Trick question. As a player, and I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody always say, because sometimes I kind of look outside the box. Most of everybody say, hey, go to where you can be used in college or go to where you can, get your playing time. With you being just to give advice to other players, do you feel it's beneficial to be in a spot where you may have to sit back and learn before you get out there, or just go on and get out there, college-wise?
College-wise, I feel it all depends. I feel like you should go where you going to play, because the more you play, if 4 years of college, so the more you play, the more experience you have, and the more better you're gonna get. You're already gonna have the experience. So by the time next year, and the next year is followed by, you're just gonna keep getting better. So I just say go where you're gonna play.
Okay. So, for any advice to any of the players in the city, that you look up to or look up to you, in a sense, what advice do you give the kids here that's not able to get those opportunities like you, but can use what we have here to get where you finna go now?
I'm gonna say me going to Oak Hill was not expected. I was not expecting to go to Oak Hill. It just happened. Right place, the right time, doing the right thing, playing my game. So I just gotta say, keep playing your game. Work hard. What you put in is what you're gonna get out. And don't think the political part of basketball, just hoop, because if you're good enough, they're going to come find you. And for all the underrated people out there who ain't got the Division One offers, the mid majors, the high majors, or whatever, just keep working because your time coming. And you just gotta keep working. Don't let the political part of basketball steer you the wrong way. Just keep working.
You know, I hate to say this, you basically was underrated in a sense.
Yeah. Still is.
In a sense, because like, Josh Holloway, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know Josh Holloway? But I guess it just come from, and I mean, it ain't like you ain't had no footage out there.
Yeah.
Do you just feel, what I'm trying to ask? Let me say it like this. I mean, you ain't never played city high school. Do you think playing at that private school helped you more? I mean, of course it helped education-wise, but do you think they had the right connections and it was more people-friendly to certain coaches for you playing there?
Yes, I think my coach had the right connections, but it's all about what I did on the floor. Mm-hmm. What makes him show my film, show the game film, and stuff like that. So most coaches already have connections to, like, it ain't got to be the Power Fives. It can be like the low majors and stuff like that, the schools like that where they can get you in, just show film. But it's all about what you gonna do. Like, a coach just can't call a coach and say, give them off and without seeing any film or something like that, unless they're real tight. So you gotta go out there and play your game and play well and compete and win, and they're gonna see you.
Okay. Well, no funny story. I have a few, not a lot, but I have a few connections to some college coaches, but they're not, I mean, they like community colleges and stuff. So when you were at St. George's, I would show them film. The first thing they tell me, I ain't finna get him. I say, ain't no need even talking to him. He going somewhere else. And that's kind of funny that you say that just looking at the film, they already know that they're not going to be able to get you, which means that you have a bright future. So, do you have any questions for me?
Nah, not necessarily.
You have any questions for me?
How has the since last year, has high school basketball changed over the past year? With you going out and recording everybody, seeing all these different players, has it changed as a competition level changed in Memphis basketball? Is private school more competitive than public school?
It depends. Now you put me on the spot. My sales might go down. But on the real, it's a lot of voices. It don't matter if it's private. It don't matter if it's public school. It's a lot of voices. And as a kid, you know, especially how I was raised, it's kind of like listen to your parents.
Yeah.
But then as an athlete, listen to your coach. So it's kind of like, in a weird way, if you're a mama's boy, but you're in love with your girlfriend, you got to pick and choose. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know which way is the right way, but you just respect both equally. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And watching these certain players get stuck in limbo, especially the little kids,
yeah,
with choosing between parents and the coach is pretty tough, you know, because you got one that want to make sure you win. Then you got one that want to make sure you get into college. I mean, both of them want to make sure you get in college. It's just two different views. I think if you could just figure out a way to balance it and cut on and cut off the noise when needed, you'll be successful.
Yeah.
Media-wise, I stepped into the game to help. I really stepped in the game to help kids get into college. They couldn't get into college. So my aim wasn't Josh Holloway's and Jay Nash's and stuff because y'all really sick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just took a certain amount of level before the clout chasers came and recorded you. So, but at the same time, it takes a lot of time and a lot of your life to keep a numerous amount of kids on film and make sure they get in colleges. You know what I'm saying? So you run into the situations with how much and this and that, and it don't take all this, it don't take all that. And in a sense, it don't once you get real good, but you gotta look at it like this. If I'm recording you all my life and nobody else, the whole world probably know you.
Yeah.
But if I'm recording you, 3 people off your team, 5 people off another team, 3 people off another team, that means most of my life is gonna be recording kids. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have kids, and they gonna need my time. So it's like that's a real deep conversation to get to. But in general, I love to watch y'all grow, cause now the kids that's graduating is basically the kids that I started off recording. So now I done watched everybody grow up. I done seen some go left. I done seen some go right. I done seen some quit. I done seen some switch sports. So in a sense, I feel like a parent. Because now some of them look up to me. Some of them call me for advice. Some thank me. So it's kind of bittersweet if you in it for the kids, actually.
Yeah.
And just watching you, because I used to battle with some folks, and you can ask your dad. I used to talk about you all the time, like, he it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I tell folks, Woody it. You know, just a couple of kids that I started with, you know, recording wise. But I'm proud of everybody.
Yeah.
And just to have this position where so many people want to record y'all and get y'all out there, even if it's just for clout or just to make money or just to feel like they making good mixtapes, it's all good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps y'all get closer and easier to get to these college coaches, especially with like COVID and all this stuff going on.
Uh-huh.
They don't have to travel. They can go to the page and look. So, is your next step? What do you plan to do when you get to college? What's your goals?
Go to the NCAA tournament, win my conference, go to March Madness, and try to win it all. That's my goal. And just have a good college resume, good college career, and just build off of it, and play at the next level.
Hey, Josh. We appreciate you for coming by, man. And setting off that first episode.
Appreciate it.
Any shout outs?
Shout out my mom, my dad, my uncle, and everybody who supported me.
And that's it.